Good day. Today I will introducing the topic that we assigned to discuss, which is globalizational theory and educational system. But before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Art Baricuatro and I will be introducing the topic that we assigned to discuss. So the topic is globalizational theory and education system. What is globalizational theory? When we say globalizational theory in general, it is the sharing of cultures, monies, and products between countries, which is worldwide sharing. And also, education system. It refers to the economic and social factors that typically make up the public schools and federals or community levels. Such as factors include the public funding, school facilities, staffing, compensations, and employees' benefits. Of course, for more informations and to broaden your learning, and also your knowledge, my co-reporters will be discussing more about the globalization theory. So I will give the opportunities to my co-reporters.
Hi everyone, I am the second reporter and my name is Giselle Aranas Mantong. And my topic for today is all about the globalization theory, globalization process, and the global education. Globalization theory. So, globalization, when we say globalization, it's all about interconnectedness of people and business across the world and eventually leads to global culture, political, and economic integration. And also it is ability to move communicate easily with other all over the world in order to conduct business internationally practices. And one of the effects of globalization is promotes an increased interaction between different region population across the globe. Okay, what is theory? A theory it is a broad explanation that is widely accepted because it is supported and a great deal of evidence. So the example of theories in the physical science include by Dalton atomic theory. Also it is an Einstein theory of the gravity and the kinetic of matter. What is globalization theory? Okay, when we say globalization theory, it is seek to explain the integration of economics and societies around the world as they are knit together by travel, language, values and ideas, trade, labor and financial flows, and communication and technology. So that is the globalization theory. But according to Roland Robertson, that globalization is both a process and a theory. According to her, that it is mostly closely associated views globalization is an accelerated compression of contemporary world and intensification of consciousness of the world as a singular entity. So compression makes the world a single place by virtue of the power of a set of globally diffuse ideas that render to uniqueness of society and ethnic identities and tradition and irrelevant except within local context and scholarly discourse. So that is from Roland Robertson. So another thing is the globalization process. So globalization process, it is a globalization affect all countries from more favorable and others in terms of economic growth, national sovereignty, and culture identity. So global process, it is described and it is an interaction between two or more organizations from a neutral perspective and capturing all allowed interaction between all partners. And also, It is transforming cross origination process between, like for example, European administration and also the comprehensive business or interoperability interface. So that is the example of global processes. So let's proceed to global education. So global education extends students' awareness that the world in which they live by opening them to diverse heritage of human thoughts and action and creativity. So, means to say that global education is one of the incorporate learning about the culture, histories, and current issues all over the world. And also, global education develops student skills, engage in their global peers. So the aim for global education, um, it is opening for all global dimension of the holistic perspective in education in order to help people to understand the complex realities and process of today's world and develop values, attitude, knowledge, and skills that will enable that face in challenge of interconnected world. Okay, let's proceed to the third reporter.
Hi, good afternoon everyone. My name is Eugene G. Mata and I will be the one who will discuss about the aspects of globalization. Um, we have five aspects of globalization. First is the industrial globalization or the transnationalization. Second is the financial globalization. Third is the political globalization. Fourth is the cultural globalization and the globalism. First, we have to discuss about the industrial globalization or the transnationalization. It is referred as the rise and expansion of the multinational transnational enterprises, or also it is referred to the changes in the state law of a given country that have been decisively influenced by formal or informal international pressure by other states, international agency, or other transnational actors. The next one is the financial globalization. It is the emergence of the worldwide financial market and the better access to external financing for corporate, national, and subnational borrowers. For financial globalization, it is an aggregate concept that refers to increasing global linkage created through cross. Financial integration refers to an individual country's linkage to international capital markets. So the benefits of financial globalization is the development of the financial sectors, whereas financial markets become deeper and more sophisticated when they integrated with world markets, increasing the financial alternatives for borrowers and investors. The third one is the political globalization. It is the spread of political sphere of interest to the regions and countries outside the neighborhood of political actors and potential formation of a global citizen movement. It can be seen in changes such as democratization of the world, creation of global society, and moving beyond the centrality of the non-state, particularly as the sole actor in the field of politics. The creation of existence of the United Nations has been called one of the classic examples of political globalization. Political actions by non-governmental organizations and social movements concerned about the various topics such as environmental protection is another example of a political globalization. The fourth one is the cultural globalization. It is the graph of cross-cultural contacts where people of the world get a better understanding, hence appreciation of cultural diversity and plurality. It is also refers to the transmission of ideas, meanings, and values around the world in such a way as to extend and intensify relations. This process is marked by the common consumptions of cultures that have been diffused by the internet, popular culture media, and international travel. The last one is globalism. It is the universal internationalist impulse that the world is connected, and globalism at its core, it seeks to describe and explain nothing more than a world which is characterized by networks of connection that span multi-continental distances. It attempts to understand all the interconnections of the world, of the modern world, rather, and to highlight patterns that underlie or explain them. And in contrast, globalization refers to the increase or decline in the degree of globalism. It focuses of these changes. In short, consider globalism as the underlying basic network, while globalization it refers to the dynamic shrinking of distance on a large scale.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm April J. Tuliao, and I am the last reporter. Why we need to reform in education? We need to reform the education. It is the purpose of educational reforms to transform school structures with aims rising quality of education. Content of education, curriculum upgradation, and productivity orientation. We need to upgrade the curriculum in high school stage. Next is the fallout of globalization. First, of education. It is the system of globalization. It is the inability of internalization of the educational system at the high education stage. It is finance-related issues and privatizations at secondary and high education. That's all. Thank you.
What if